Hi, Assalamualaikum, and good afternoon, everyone. Okay, my name is Muhammad Najmi. Basically, I'm from Malaysia, and I'm now studying, I'm doing my PhD in Massey University, New Zealand. So my research is supervised by these three amazing people, Lee Kom Sitavenkateswar. Sitavenkateswar is from India, and Kirsty Rose. So what I'm going to present today is only small part of my research because basically I'm studying about the globalization process in the Malaysian context, how its impact on the Malaysian adolescents. And I'm also interested to study about how do we define, how do we conceptualize the conduct disorder in the Malaysian context. So what I'm going to present today, only small part of my finding. It's a kind of a preliminary finding. So I would love to hear your comments and your questions later on. Okay, if we look at the literature, it's about behavioral problems, especially in Malaysian context. A wide range of scientific research findings have indicated that behavioral problems among adolescents are closely associated with many different facets of family adversities. These family adversities include financial problems and etc. etc. And the way we define in the adolescents behavioral problems also might be unique in the sense that first, legally they are under the age of 21 and have criminal responsibility at the age of 10. Second is if they violate the institutional law such as school. And the third one is also we refer to the psychological perspective. We would say that antisocial behavior, or when the behavior is repetitive or persistent, so we might consider it as a conduct disorder. So this kind of conduct disorder, the way we define conduct disorder in Malaysia also is an issue, basically. And as my research is focused on the Malay adolescent, so for the Malay, the conduct is guided by the religion. Therefore, the violation of the religious law also will be considered as behavioral problems. This is the way we define conduct problems or behavioral problems. Okay. However, how these adolescents themselves make sense of their family life experiences is underrepresented in the literature. This is usually we try to make sense how do they experience their life, but we didn't provide. This is in Malaysian context. We didn't provide a platform for them to tell their perspective, to share the way they make sense of their own experiences about the family life. How do they perceive their family life? All right. And the experience is also highly contextual, meaning that the way we define family life in a Western country is going to be different the way we define the family life in the Malaysian culture. Even in Malaysia, we have three ethnic groups, Chinese, Indian, and Malay. And each ethnic group have their own very unique interpretation of family life. A healthy family life, a normal family life, right? So, the objective of the present research is to explore and contextualize the specificity of family life experiences of Malay adolescents with behavioral problems in the Malaysian context. So the significance of the study to contribute to the effort in contextualizing the specificity of Malay adolescents' experience rather than assume that the existing theories of knowledge best explain this phenomenon. This is what happened in Malaysia now. We are depending on the existing theories to explain what is happening in the Malaysian context. I'm not saying that the existing theories is wrong. No, I'm not saying that. But it is the issue of consistency between the existing theories and the practice, the local practice in the Malaysian context. Second is about policy development, could be used as a reference for policymakers, associations, and related bodies working in the area of counseling, clinical psychology, psychiatry, psychotherapy, social work, when we get a real story of the children, so maybe we can do something about the policy. And the third one is this, for the adolescents themselves, may lead to the development of more meaningful prevention and intervention programs. And the most important is we provide a voice for them to share their experiences, and thus they would feel heard. It's not one-way communication. We are stressing on two-way communication. We instruct them, and we would like also to listen from them, what they feel, how do they feel, and what do they think about it. So I think that one is a better way in approaching this issue. Okay, this research utilized interpretive phenomenological analysis, and participants, initially 28 Malay male participants aged between 16 and 18 years, were recruited from a rehabilitation center for young offenders in Malaysia. Using purposive sampling, only 12 participants were selected for an in-depth interview. You understand that we are dealing with adolescents with behavioral problems. Yes, at the first stage, I approached 28 Malay male participants, but due to some problems such as unable or reluctant to share their experience, at the first place, yes, they volunteer to involve, but then when we meet them, they're reluctant to share their experience. So at the end, we just selected 12 participants. Okay, the procedure, ethic approval has granted from the Massey University Ethic Committee. Informed consent was gained prior to the interview session with each participant. And the participant attended at least 2 semi-structured interview sessions. Basically, the first interview session, we just start with repo, normal like that. And then the second is we go in depth. And each interview session was conducted in Malay language. Each session lasted between 50 to 60 minutes. And then the interviews were conducted at the rehabilitation centers where the participants were placed. And interviews were audio taped and transcribed verbatim. The participants were given the opportunity to review and verify their transcript. And the verified transcript was then translated into English and analyzed based on the steps suggested by Smith, Flowers, and Larkin. Smith, these are people who are proposing the interpretive phenomenological analysis approach. Okay, result. Okay, there are 2 main superordinate themes. The first one is the impact of family issues on criminal behavior, meaning that they are the etiological attributions to their problems. And the second one is family as source of motivation to change. Okay, after they have been undergoing for about 1 year program in the rehab center, so they have learned something. So now they realize that the family also can help them to recover. Okay, the first one is for the subordinate team, the impact of family issues on criminal behavior is the poor family involvement. Their concerns over poor family involvement. So the participants have a tendency to blame family members, especially parents, for not providing proper guidance and support, meaning that they live on their, just like they live on their own, they decide what they want to do without interference from their parents. So this is an example of their asset from the transcript. I would blame my family, they never taught me, they never corrected my mistake. And for this second participant, my parents would not be able to help me if anything happens to me. And I don't think I would ask for sympathy from them. It seems to me that they are not helping. It sounds like hopeless. Yeah? It feels like it's hopeless to think about the help from his parents. And then the concerns over full family attachment. Okay, the degree to which the participants feel unattached to other family members, and particularly their parents. So, example, we are not really close and rarely communicate with each other. My friends were more important than my family. So, how he feel unattached to his family, but if he looked for alternative family, their friends. The family was always unable to stay with us for 24 hours a day. They were always busy. And then they are also concerned about interparental conflict between their parents, attributed the emerging problem to interparental conflict, meaning that whatever happened to them, they attribute the problems to the conflict that happened between their mom and their dad, their father and their mother. Both my mom and my dad were in a bad relationship. I do not know why. I could not barely watch them fight, so I decided to run away from home. So they escaped when they run away from home, so that's why they involved in many other problems. This is how they share their experience during the interview. And then projection or expression of negative emotion over their family life. Family life as a source of psychological turmoil in the participant, meaning that they feel like family like a stressor, meaning that when they be with their family, they feel stressed. But when they being with their friends, they feel relief. So it seems that the family is a source of psychological turmoil for them. So it started because of my family. Family problem. Both my parents used to fight. My sister was rarely at home, so I started spending most of my time outside. While I was outside, I took drugs. And then I feel so much pressure living in my house because my parents stopped me from doing anything I wanted to do, except sometimes. So if he's stressed, if it's pressure, because he cannot do whatever he wants to do. So this is one of the important findings, basically unacceptable parenting style exercised by their parents. The parenting style were perceived as unresponsive to participant personal needs and expectation. This is something to do with the Malay parents who are still holding the traditional parenting style, right? In Malay culture, they are very particular in terms of the structure in the family. In the relationship and the responsibility and of each family member. For example, the parents have full power to instruct. Over their children, and then the children have to obey their parents. Have to obey. They have no way out. They have to obey, right? So that's why the participant responded, I felt like my family had exerted too much control over my activities. They use the word control, right? Because they perceive whatever their parents exercising is not helping them, but to control them. And my dad always controlled my activities. And the second of subordinate theme is family as a source of motivation to change. So this is happen when they are being caught and then they are being placed at the rehab center. They have learned something from the center, so they come up with the idea. It's a burden for my fathers to face all these. I promise I want to restore my family name, so it is what I want to do after this. I don't want to commit sin anymore. And second is, yes, sometimes my father physically assaulted me, but since I have been living here, they are a bit different. They are more concerned about me. I regret what I did. I embrace my family. So they have learned something about the importance of family life in their life, basically. And then the final slide. So discussion and conclusion is between the conflict between the participant perception of their family life and the changes in family dynamic. The family dynamics refer to the role of each family members and the role of the parents, what the responsibility of the children to the parents. So when this change as an effect of so many events, for example, the globalization process, they learn new way to live. And then the second one is dysfunctional boundaries in family system. This is referred to the excessive control, that how they define, how do they perceive excessive control over, from their parents, or too permissive, meaning that you can do whatever you want to do, it's okay. This is from parents. Right? And then family involvement could be inculcated as one of the essential parts in the therapeutic process among the adolescents in the rehab center, since they perceive that the family also can help them in recovery. So we might, this is valuable maybe to think about it, to inculcate a family involvement. This not happen right now, but in the next time, it could be a good idea to inculcate, to bring the family to the center, to do something about it. And that's all. Thank you.
We have time for one very quick question.
Whether your paper is theoretical or empirical. If it is empirical, where is your statistical data and analysis?
I'm doing qualitative research.
But that qualitative data might have been shown here, so we would have been understood your conclusion which you drawn by you.
No, qualitative, because I'm using IPA, interpretive phenomenological analysis, everything is based on the interpretations. It's not some statistical analysis.
True, I accept you and appreciate you, but that result should be there in the table.
I see. Meaning that to organize in the table.
So we will understand that figure. And another thing is we are unknown to Malay. How did you, Malay adolescent, define operationally? How did you, Malay adolescents, define operationally? Operationally. When we are doing any kind of research, we are defining operational definitions first. And then only we are proceeding. Yeah. It's a basic step.
So operational definition for?
Of Malay.
Of Malay.
Malay.
Oh, I see. Malay.
Who are they?
Who are
in easy language?
Malay were born in Malay. I mean, how to explain it?
Okay, I think that's a discussion to continue.
Okay. Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.